Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Utapar Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatan Vitam Tang Sajivam Sarvetam Savarutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Cha Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuran Militam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namo Mahavaranyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gora Tuje Namaha Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhuvya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So dear devotees, there are various languages available. So do choose your language between English, Russian, and Portuguese. And then if there's any dialogue with somebody speaking Russian, we will hear English if we have actually selected the English, etc. And from Scarlet, the first message of the day is Hare Krishna. A very good message, Scarlet. Grazie. Thank you very much. All right. And Devashish Prabhu appeared. He has appeared. He's joined on the screen. And from East London, his Bhajan Kutir, which is actually a very cute little house. Small house is easy to manage. So it's a cute little house. It has character. So we are here today with the theme given by Devashish Prabhu, which is, I don't have it in front of me, the saddest stories, or the sweetest songs
of saddest thought do tell.
Oh, the sweetest songs of saddest thought do tell. Spoken very old-fashioned British style by Keshavananda Prabhu. London Zoom, Keshavananda Prabhu is here. We do have more London devotees here and more devotees, but they're being treated very nice. They're being treated to an evening treat. So, well, we're here in the temple, but we are being treated. We've got the association of you all here. So we're very happy to be with you. Lots from, just very briefly, from Vila Govinda Ashram, lots of activity taking place as always, and happily going on. And really, every day is a festival. It's been that kind of a mood for the last few days. Actually, I think throughout the last year, I think 365 days. But anyhow, the last days as well, the days are a festival. All right. So let's come to Devashish Prabhu. He's with us. It's the London Zoom, and also in West London, I see we have a little thumbnail, Hare Krishna. And we have to see who's on the thumbnail because I can't see. But we've got West London with us and other devotees from around Europe and the world. So,
we need to be visible. Oops.
okay, beautiful. But we also will see your picture. When you speak in West London, we'll see your picture big. Then we'll know who is there. But we can see Devashish Prabhu, big and looking radiant. Devashish Prabhu, please broadcast something with your radiance.
Yes, Maharaj. So, of course, that my obeisance to everybody. Thank you all for joining with us this evening. Of course, that title is the saying by Percy Bysshe Shelley, the English poet, which Guru Maharaj quotes quite a bit, actually. And that I've chosen for this evening a chapter from Heart and Halo, where Guru Maharaj refers to that, and that is the chapter called The Sweetest Struggle. So with your permission, I'm going to read that. So devotee asks Guru Maharaj, Srila Guru Maharaj, some time ago, I was told that if one is not struggling in Krishna consciousness, it is not a good thing. Should that be the condition of someone who is striving to be Krishna conscious, that he is struggling? Guru Maharaj's reply: when a devotee is trying to conquer his senses, when he is trying to conquer the influence of karma, krodha, lobha, moha, mada, matsarja, lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy, at that time he cannot avoid that struggle. Progress means a struggle of different kinds, and that happens in the madhyam adhikar, the intermediate stage. Generally, that is the time of difficulties. In Kanishta Adhikar, in the lower stage, one doesn't concern himself with the stage of his progress, or if he is getting devotion or not. With a peaceful mind, he is engaged in archan, deity worship, or whatever may be his service. But when the Madhyam Adhikar begins, real struggle begins in one's life. He will have to adjust many things. Lokika Vaidika Vapi, from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, not only regarding his devotional life as advised by the scriptures, Vaidiki, but also his social position, Lokiki, his ordinary dealings, his quarrels, his relationships with society, with education. Generally, the tendency to preach comes in this stage. He wants to extend himself to try to remove the difficulties in the environment and convert it to his purpose. The Madhyam Adhikari's life is one of struggle. And when he reaches, Uttam Adhikar, the advanced stage of realization, then he becomes somewhat peaceful in his life. He becomes peaceful and sees that everywhere things are going well, according to the will of Krishna. He can see the will of Krishna very easily, and that his backing is everywhere. So he has not much to do or struggle for. Sarva bhuteshu japastyed bhagavad bhavan atmana. Bhutani bhagavat atmani esha bhagavatottamaha. This is from the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. One on the topmost plane of devotional service, Uttam Bhagavat, sees within everything the soul of souls, the supreme personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He sees everything in relation to the Supreme Lord and understands that everything that exists is eternally situated within the Lord. But when one is living in the plane of ignorance or misconception, it is necessary for him to find harmony, because he's seeing both things, Maya, illusion, and Ishwar, the presence of Godhead. He wants to install Ishwar, God, godliness, God consciousness, and he tries his hardest to remove misconception. So Madhyam Adhikar is a period of struggle. It is in sadhandas, the stage of practice. As a result of sukriti, spiritual fortune due to devotional service rendered knowingly or unknowingly, the soul first acquires shraddha, divine faith, then sadhu sangha, when one gets the association of real devotees. That is the stage of hearing, shrabandas. Then in varandas, one accepts the principle, the teachings, the path of devotion, and then comes sadhandas, the stage of practice, and this stage is full of struggle. Then in apandas, the stage of advanced realization, one feels peaceful in bhava bhakti, the first opening of the bud of divine love, which in prapandas, full surrender, becomes prema bhakti, or pure love of God. And again, when he is already in Leela, situated in the transcendental pastimes, there is another struggle, but that is of another kind. In Braja, Vrindavan, there is also competition, a struggle. Jashoda will think, how to control this naughty child? I fail to do so, I can't manage him. In this way, there is struggle, but that is produced by Yogamaya. It is in Prema Bhakti, Ahi Bhavati Premna, and it is dynamic in character, not static. Where the plane is dynamic, there must be struggle. In some way or other, it is present as competition in the plane of Leela. In the Sakya Rasa, there is play, where there are two parties. On one side is Krishna, on the other Balaram, and each wants to be victorious. That is also a struggle, but it is purely of another kind. It is transcendental play. In Madhura Rasa also, several parties are there. Radharani's party, Chandravali's party, and so many others. And the servitors of each party have to manage for their own interest, the interest of their mistress. So the dynamic character means a kind of struggle, a sweet struggle. And in this world, there is struggle also, but that is bitter. When we have to struggle to remove the nescience and to invite the real science, to go from misunderstanding to pure knowledge, in the beginning, that struggle is very bitter. It is not only tasteless, but also sometimes painful. But when we enter the higher realm, the struggle becomes more or less sweet. Leela must mean a kind of struggle. There are differences. There is conquering. Sometimes they are taking the help of deception. One party is deceiving the other. But everything is aprakrita. Prakritabat, super transcendental, though it is appearing just like ordinary worldly affairs. And so also something like immorality is there. Niti Rahita, the moral laws are being crossed for the satisfaction of Krishna. This is a very high conception, to do anything and everything for him. The Kama Rupa group are prepared to do anything and everything for Krishna, and for that kind of service, they are under no law. Krishna is the origin and master of law, and for him, anything can be done, crossing the existing law of the society. Agyaivam gunam dosham, maya dishtan api swakam, dharman santyajya ya sarvam, mamba jet sa chasatmaha, satama. Again from the 11th canto of Sriman Bhagavatam. Those who are ready to cross even the shastric orders, which have been given to us for our own benefit, for the service of Krishna, are really the highest class of devotee. Law which has been established by the Lord is for the ordinary people. However, a special section exists who are ready to cross over that law only for their exclusive service to the Lord. Sarva dharman parityaja mamekam sharanam braja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami ma shuchaha. Of course, the clarion verse from Srimad Bhagavad Gita, 18th chapter, verse 66, totally abandoning all kinds of religion, surrender exclusively unto me. I will liberate you from all kinds of sin, so do not despair. Many rules and rites of Varnashram Dharma are given for our benefit, but that is when we are in a lower stage. And in the higher stage, crossing the law, I shall serve him. That is faith. Suppose it is forbidden to enter the harem of the king. The general law states that it is forbidden to all, and none should transgress that. But if one perceives some urgent service is necessary, If he suspects there is some danger to the king's life, then perhaps he will cross the law at his own risk and enter the harem for the benefit of the king to save him. So there is a particular section of devotees who are ready to cross over the law for the Lord's satisfaction. Those who can know the interest of Krishna are a special group. They are highest among the devotees. Law is meant for the general public, but the sweet will of Krishna is above all law. So somewhere there is struggle. Where there is life, there is struggle. Where there is progress, there is struggle. And where there is Leela, divine play, there is struggle, though of a different kind. One is sweet, the other painful. In the lower stage, it is a little painful for us to cut the tie of attraction to this world. But when some permanent relationship is established with the upper world, when we have regained that, then to move forward is happy. Since progress means a struggle, that struggle will come throughout the whole stage of Madhyamadika. Then in Uttamadika, the stage of advanced devotion, externally the life may become peaceful. And again in the higher stage, in Vilas, pastimes, crossing Shantarasa, passive appreciation and adoration, which is a peaceful stage. Again, the struggle begins, but that is a sweet struggle. It is arranged not by Mahamaya, but by Yogamaya. It is carrying us to the center. The very land there is of rasa. It is rasamoy, full of sweet taste, the land of nectar, amritamaya loka. The difference between the two kinds of struggle is something like the experience of a man working in a hot desert or in a good, healthy atmosphere, or the work of a diseased man and that of a healthy man. It is like that. There is also an expression, ignorance is bliss. One who is in ignorance is living in peace, but because he doesn't know anything, he's unconscious. And that is also peaceful. Because there is no consciousness, there's no pain. When a patient is in pain, the doctor wants to render him unconscious by some injection and to keep him in that state, because if he is awake, he will experience so much pain, acute pain. So it is necessary that he be placed in another state, unconsciousness. That unconsciousness is ignorance, and it also has a kind of taste, tamagun. But that is not real peace. There is no feeling, it is zero. But zero is also of an infinite character. Infinity and zero are similar. If we add 0 to 0, it comes to 0. And if we subtract 0 from 0, it is also 0. 0 divided by 0 is also again 0. In the same way, if infinity is added to or subtracted from or divided by infinity, it all comes to infinity. So ignorance is bliss. If there is no consciousness, there is no question of pain. It's like the existence of a stone. The extreme liberationists reach such a stage as that of a fossil or a stone. They want peace, so they are given a stone-like state of peace. Excuse me. Yanye ravindaksha vimukta maninas tvayasta bhavad avishuddha buddhaya. Are you Kricharena param padam tata patanti ado nadrita yushmad angrayaha. This is from the 10th canto of Sriman Bhagavatam. O lotus-eyed Lord, although non-devotees who accept severe penances and austerities to achieve the highest position may think themselves liberated, their intelligence remains impure. They simply speculate in various ways and do not seek the means to take shelter of you. Because they have no regard for your lotus feet, they simply fall down from their position of imagined superiority into material existence again. To those who are determined to be one with him, this heavy punishment is at last given, and they are thrown down to take such an existence, that of a stone. And in that way they can live in peace for lakhs, crores, or millions of years. They can become a Himalaya, a stone, or a tree. In the Puranas, we find examples of personalities who were cursed to such a fate. And in that state, there is also a sort of peace. Ignorance is bliss. And those who have gone up to Shantarasa, they also find some peace. But entering Vaikuntha again, there is life, movement, and that is for service. In Dasyarasa, there is activity, there is struggle. They are serving the order. Do this, go here, give this to them. There is so much movement, and movement means struggle. But that struggle gives peace. That kind of struggle begins in Dasyarasa, and Shantarasa is the marginal position. And in that position of non-activity, there is also peace, but it is of a lower quality. Atmaramas chamunayo nigranta apirukrame kurvanti ahoitukim bhaktim itam bhuta guno hari. Again from Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, famous Atmarama verse. All varieties of Atmaramas, those who take pleasure in the Atma or the spiritual self, especially those established on the path of self-realization, though freed from all kinds of material bondage, desire to render unalloyed devotional service unto the personality of Godhead. This means that the Lord possesses transcendental qualities and therefore can attract everyone, including even liberated souls. That is the marginal position. It is only on the threshold of service proper. Brahma bhuta prasanatma na shokjati na kankshati samasarvesha bhuteshu mad bhaktim labate param. The spotlessly pure-hearted and self-satisfied soul who has attained to his conscious divine nature neither grieves nor craves for anything, seeing all beings equally in the conception of my supreme energy. He gradually achieves supreme devotion, prema bhakti, unto me. So the marginal position is a position of so-called peace. But we find dynamic peace in struggle as it appears externally in Dasya, Sakya, and Vatsalya rasas, and in Madhura rasa and its subdivisions Shwakya and Parakya. Suppose the Madhura rasa servitors are to meet with Krishna on a dark night in the forest. On the surface, it appears they have to struggle in many ways. Being given the sign, hearing the particular flute song of Krishna, they will have to pass through the jungle to be somewhere at a particular time. That appears like an ordinary struggle, but it is the sweetest movement. If struggle means movement, then there on that plane where movement is so sweet, struggle is a high thing. But if we think that struggle means something painful, then that struggle must be of a lower plane. Here it is pain-producing. All movement, all endeavor here produces only pain. On the higher plane, there is also movement, but that movement produces sweetness. Just as sandalwood, when rubbed, produces a sweet scent, there is struggle for the purpose of producing sweetness. So there on the highest level, they are also very busily struggling, but that struggle is producing nectar, which they are tasting. To struggle also means to be busy. Everyone there is so busy, more than we can ever conceive. They are so active, but their activity is not painful. It produces peace. Here, trying to do away with our unholy attraction to the mundane, we experience a painful struggle. But as the English poet Shelley wrote, our sweetest songs tell of saddest thoughts. That kind of struggle also gives us peace. When a beginner in devotion starts to become detached from his mundane environment, to leave it is painful, but he also gets a kind of peace. Yad anucharita lila karna piyusha viprut. Sakrid adana vibhuta danda dharma vinashtaha. Sapadi griha kutambam dina utsrida dina. Bahava lila vihanga bhikshu charayam charanti. Again from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. A devotee leaves his family, and his family is crying and wailing. He also feels pain because of their anguish, but still he feels a kind of peace or of a higher quality, so he can bear the apparent pain of separation from his family life. When he is giving up his home and his family, he feels some painful reaction, but beyond that, in his heart of hearts, he feels some bright prospect. When a man goes to a foreign country to earn some money, he leaves his family, and so he feels some pain. But at heart, he also realizes that he is going to bring in money, which will satisfy him and enable him to enjoy. In a similar way, when a person goes to leave this world, his association with misconception, apparently or outwardly, he feels pain on account of what he is doing, but at heart he gets some hope of a bright future, and with that strength he can go on. So when we have some attraction for this mischievous world, and we try to leave it, at that stage we struggle, a painful struggle, but still beyond that we see a bright hope of some unparalleled nectarian taste of life. So struggle doesn't always mean pain. Up to a certain stage it is painful, and that is due to Maya or misconception. And we find also the symptoms of pain in Krishna Lila, but that is not really pain. It is apparent pain. It only seems so. Krishna said that he would come to a particular kunj, forest bower, and Radharani with her party went there, but he didn't come. This is called Kalahantarita, mistiming, that is, being let down by the lover or the beloved. And there are so many other situations like man, jealousy, and so on. All these things are painful. But as Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami writes, describing Krishna Prem, Bhaye Visha Jwala Hoya, Bitare Anandamaya. Externally there appears to be great pain, but the heart is overflowing with blissfulness. So our sweetest songs are those which tell of saddest thought. Externally it is sad, but internally it is sweet. It is like that. When we take the name, in the beginning we think it our duty to count so many rounds, and sometimes it is painful. But when we get a taste for the name, then our inner tendency incites us to take the name more and more. Not that it's a duty we will somehow have to finish 16 rounds, but when we acquire ruchi, inner taste for that particular service, it is happy. Until and unless we acquire that position, there must be some pain. As long as we do not have that taste, and we're doing that service as a duty, we will feel some pain. So sadhan das is a little painful on the whole. Then in apandas, it becomes sweet. Underground, of course, sweetness is everywhere. Otherwise, why should a person be tempted to approach the spiritual path? Only for the hope of sweetness. But still, if we want to see by analysis, then the process is Shrabandas, hearing, then Varandas, accepting, then Sadhandas, practicing. Up to this point, it is a little painful. Then Apandas, realized devotion. And finally, Prapandas, full self-surrender. And what pain exists is only apparent. Substantially, it is all sweet. Okay, that was a little long, so I hope nobody was unhappy about that, but a very beautiful talk of Srila Guru Maharaj. I'm sure everyone will agree. Back to you, Maharaj.
Well, we were sitting in pin drop silence, listening to your words. And we
Not
were
my words, Guru Maharaj's words.
Oh, yes. Well, your words are speaking Guru Maharaj's words. And a couple of days ago, we were trying to consider, how is it possible that the sages were listening to, well, first of all, Shukadev Goswami, and then Sutta Goswami. They're listening in pin drop silence. And I think we read it was 60,000 sages were there listening. And they didn't have giant loudspeakers and microphones and all those things.
Indeed.
So to give good attention to the words of our masters is very important. And actually, I didn't get a biscuit this week, because sometimes I get a prize because, well, I give myself a prize. Because I guess which excerpt you're going to choose. And I got it wrong. I was thinking you're going to choose an excerpt from the Golden Volcano of Divine Love, and instead from Heart and Halo. Is that correct?
Yes, Maharaj. Heart and Halo.
Yeah, so Srila Guru Maharaj's words, but from Heart and Halo. And actually, on that theme that you're mentioning, I was gently looking for the quote just now, but couldn't find it. But Srila Gurudev, he gives an example how if an athlete doesn't feel pain in his legs, then he's not going to win. He's not giving everything. So, he's giving everything. He's going to feel some pain, but then he gets the medallion, or the, what is it?
The medal, the cup.
The cup.
Trophy.
Oh yes, the trophy, right? He gets the trophy, and then, oh, so sweet. And of course the champagne too, which helps the sweet. In the material world, dear devotees, not for the devotees. But anyway, that example Gurudev gives, when this section you've given here is about like the sweet struggle, etc. And in the Golden Volcano of Divine Love, we've heard a lot from Srila Guru Maharaj's words, but there is a part there where Srila Guru Maharaj is explaining about the Shikshastakam verses, which are giving towards the end in particular, the conception of separation from the Lord. And we may think, oh, separation, we're all in separation, it's so painful. But within that pain, that separation pain, in this case, Srila Guru Maharaj was using that quote of Shelley to say about, everything is so intense and so sweet. The separation, although like pain, it is so sweet. But giving another example using this phrase of Shelley for another purpose of illustrating the separation in particular aspect of devotional service. And there is something about separation. We are all in separation, and we're all in separation from the pure Vaishnavas, from Guru, from Gauranga. And we see that also in the writings of Bhaktivinoda Thakur everywhere, they're in separation from Gauranga. And one of the songs is, anyhow, I don't want to name the wrong author, but there is one lamentation of, how I'm so unfortunate, I didn't get the association of Mahaprabhu. And that was just after Mahaprabhu's disappearance, and I don't want to name the wrong person. But this, like lamentation, And when Jiva Goswami was being taken by Nityananda Prabhu on parikrama of Navadip, then he's seeing the places of Mahaprabhu's pastimes, but he's feeling this great separation. Oh, if only I'd been born a little earlier. Certainly there he's expressed something similar to this. If I'd been born just a little earlier, I would have seen these pastimes of Mahaprabhu in these places directly. But Jiva Goswami was very special, even though he was a young person. And he did see those pastimes of Mahaprabhu by the grace of Nityananda Prabhu. So all sorts of wonderful things take place in separation, even though separation is so painful, but still the sweetest, our sincere, oh, this is about laughter. Okay, so the line before Shelley's verse is, the quote that Srila Guru Maharaj uses is, our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. Hare Krishna. Actually, I can read just a few words, because this is Srila Guru Maharaj, and this is, very much the theme of the Gaudiya Vaishnavas, union in separation. And, really, now we are in separation from Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. And really, we get a little hint of how being in separation is quite intense. I mean, really, it is intense. And we can't bring back those days, but we keep all of that with us. And the example, the sweetness, the everything, all those loving interactions. And this is with the Vaishnavas. When we are separated from such Vaishnavas, we are feeling much pain, but still we get to have relief and feel our Srila Gurudev and Guru Maharaj's company in the association of devotees. And just a short quote from the Golden Volcano, Srila Guru Maharaj is saying, in different serving relationships, there are different sections of servitors of a similar nature, and they console each other with talk of Krishna. And then quoting from Bhagavad Gita, Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam Katyantas Chamam Nityam Tushyanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Quote, my devotees mix together, talk about me, and exchange thoughts that give consolation to their hearts. And they live as if this talk about me is their food. It gives them a high kind of pleasure. And they find that when they talk about me amongst themselves, they feel as if they are enjoying my presence. Then Srila Guru Maharaj says, the next quote, it's also from the Chatushloki, but it's two ahead in the Chatushloki of Bhagavad Gita. Tesham evanu kampatam ahang agyanajang tamaha nashamyatma bhavasto jnana dipena bhashvata. When sometimes the feeling of separation from me is very acute in my devotees, I suddenly appear before them and quench their thirst for my company. And we see that in the case of Jiva Goswami and the separation from Mahaprabhu, Krishna himself coming as Mahaprabhu. And just a little bit more, I know we've heard many words, but Srila Guru Maharaj saying, in this last verse of Sri Shikshastakam, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has given another very fine and high type of solace. And this has been confirmed by Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, who has written, Bhaye Visha Jvala Hoya Vitare Anandamaya Krishna Premara Adbhuta Charita, which means don't be afraid. Outwardly, you may feel a horrible pain of separation, But internally, you will feel an unparalleled type of rasa, the most pleasing feeling of peace, joy, or ecstasy. And then Guru Maharaj saying, externally, there may be pangs of separation, but internally, there is the greatest satisfaction. In this way, we are advised by the scriptures, and our practical experience corroborates our faith in this subtle matter. The English poet Shelley has written, and you all know what he wrote. Okay, our sincerest laughter with some pain is fraught. Our sweetest songs are those that tell of saddest thought. Okay, I won't continue reading, but on this theme of this separation from Krishna and separation, as we are illustrating just now, separation from the devotees, it's something which is, of course, sad, but we also hear that the novel writers who are writing novels, love stories, movies on the television, if everything is going very smoothly, then it's not so attention grabbing. But when there's a little roughness in a relationship, or there's some mystery in the air, then everyone becomes gripped and all sorts of things take place. So in this world, we've got so many, you can say, mundane examples. But in the upper world, we know that all these examples are super pure, and the loving relationships with the Lord are all super pure. And what to speak, we can just mention the name Radha Krishna. But that description really, we will reserve for hearing from Srila Gurudev and Srila Guru Maharaj. But there, some very sad tales, they seem to be very sad, but they are so sweet. So the sweetest of the sweetest, Madhuram, Madhuram, Madhuram. We know that Krishna consciousness is sweet, beautiful, charming, affectionate, generous, all these beautiful things. And we had that with Gurudev, we had that with Guru Maharaj, and we hope that the devotees can catch that thread and in separation behave, engage our life according to how they've shown us the proper conduct and the proper way to live, and make our life from inside out. That kind of a life, we owe it to them. They gave all their blood, we can say, to try to communicate to us, to behave in these ways. That Krishna consciousness is sweet, beautiful, you're coming home. And so here we are now in separation, but in remembrance of their wonderful association. And the only way really to feel that sweetness of being with Gurudev and Guru Maharaj is when we're with the devotees and are able, with loving devotees, similar-minded devotees, to be able to share those pastimes. And of course, for us, when we're with devotees who we were having the association of Gurudev together and can share so many stories from that time, then that is very, very nourishing for us, very sweet. But we want to share that, and we hope to be able to communicate that. And the other day we were reading from Srila Guru Maharaj, I think. Anyway, we read from Srila Guru Maharaj and Srila Gurudev daily. But we were reading from Srila Gurudev, actually, on this occasion. And Srila Gurudev was giving us the science of devotion, basically. He was telling and giving us the understanding about the different gradations of devotees, this, that, and the other. But it's necessary to hear his voice while he's saying it, because Gurudev is not like a lecturer in a lecture and just giving facts. And we were discussing that maybe those who didn't meet Gurudev, or if you don't listen to his recordings or watch his recordings and so hear his manner, it may come across sometimes, so factual. And it's like a lecturer giving a story, but giving facts. But Gurudev was flowing with facts. It was just coming out and presented in such a sweet way, helping us to understand the reality of what we've come to. So rare, and so rare connection that we've all got coming here onto the Zoom and coming together. We've got this extremely rare connection. So we are in, it's not we may be in separation, we are in separation of Gurudev and Guru Maharaj. And that is very painful. But to talk about him, to remember him, that is very sweet. And so, the sad tales, maybe the sweetest songs are those that tell of the saddest thought. It's very sad, one aspect, but very sweet to be able to share that sweetness that they were singing all the time. Every word is a song. Really, coming from Gurudev, it was like that. His English was like poetry. Guru Maharaj English like poetry. Very sweet. It's the sweet delivery, heart delivery. Govinda, Govinda. So anyway, I didn't get the biscuit this week because I didn't choose, I didn't identify which quote Devashis would read from. But still, we were happy to read from what I thought I read, which is this short excerpt from the Golden Volcano of Divine Love. And these are all here for us to read, to take our time, go back over the sentences, go back over the phrases. When we have a book, we should try to give all honor. We should give honor to the book, honor to the author, and know it is senior to us. And we can really connect to Guru Maharaj through Gurudev, connect to Mahaprabhu through their mood, through their teachings, which are really come through alive. Through the scripture. The scripture means their books. So a couple of words from me, but we've got lots of devotees in West London. I can't, for some reason, in this Zoom make it big, so I can't see who's there, but I can see lots of people are there, or were there. There are fewer devotees now, but now we can see you. And Lavanya Moy Devidasi, the spokesman for West London. Okay.
We have Ananga Manjari, who's from East London. Jagadishwar, who's here with us for 6 months from Colombia.
Yay.
Devanandapur on the end there. And Mayeshri's here. And Nadia Rani from Colombia. She's doing the offering.
Okay, we saw Mayeshri a little earlier, just close to the screen. So Lavanya Didi, please, a little report. Yes, Mayeshri Didi, just off screen, Dandavat.
A report about the sweetest songs with the... No. You've
as you wish, but we've come to London. It's your Zoom, so let us not take all of your London.
I was going to ask, because you do have one of our London men there. You have Keshavanandapu, and he's very eloquent. I was going to maybe ask if he would like to say something. You know how he's so... We're all good, and we're happy to listen, and, none of us are so well-spoken as all of you.
And today I was with Rituraj, who's just been in London. He was very happy. He's like a fish in water when he's doing seva at that Glastonbury festival. And I know literally when it rains, literally it's like being a fish in water. But he was very happy, and he came back with a 200% wonderful report about all the devotees there and everything. So we're very happy to hear all of his news.
When Nitai and Ritu, they in the afternoon in the little temple room that we had there, they did a really nice kirtan like in the afternoon.
Please close the door, somebody.
So that was sweet, and people were just happy sitting around, just listening to that. That very particular type of style kirtan. Just the two of them, like very sweet and.
Okay, and very brave, very sweet and very brave. Well done. Okay, so Keshan was here.
Yeah.
He was just closing the door because we had a rogue telephone outside making a big sound. So Keshanandru, I agree with you. Let us introduce him with his new title, Eloquent Keshavananda Prabhu, please. Hare, oh yeah, please clip it on to your close to your mouth. Yeah.
Hare Krishna Dandavat, a tutti devoti
It's a London Zoom.
We're all Italians now.
Oh yeah, okay.
Maharaj, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed with everything. I mean, what am I going to say after hearing so many profound and wonderful things from Guru Maharaj through yourself and Devashis Prabhu, two of the dear disciples of Guru Maharaj? I mean, I don't know what to add, really. I mean, I know Maharaj often will say, sing a happy song. And we like happy songs. The other day, Muninja Prabhu sang Shita Kamala Kuchamandala He Jita Kundala He. And we were thinking, this song, this prayer of Jayadev Goswami, it needs trumpets with it. It's such a glorious, magnificent, wonderful glorification of just look at our Lord. He's beautiful. He's wearing beautiful earrings. He's riding on Garuda. He's killing demons. He's got eyes like lotus petals. And Srimati Radharani is bathing in that light. He's fantastic. He's the best. Blow the trumpets. Bang the drums. A glorious, glorious prayer. So we do like happy songs, but then we have these songs that in many ways are more relatable, at least by me, because they're sad songs. Sad prayers of the Vaishnavas that are concerned with some kind of separation that is more real to me. Not that I feel any kind of separation like the devotees feel, like Mahaprabhu is feeling, like the pure devotees are feeling. But still, we have some reflection of that, or some shade of that, even the melodies of those songs seem to go very deep into the heart. Hari he doyala mora jaya radhana baro baro he baro Loni jasad. Oh my Lord, I've been avoiding you, and I'm lost, and I'm drowning, and I need your help. Please, please, please rescue me. So even in a material way, not that those songs are material, but even in a material way, we can have some understanding that this sentiment mines a deep region of the heart. And of course, we hear from the devotees, from Guru Maharaj and Guru Dev, that actually it's the deepest regions of the divine heart brings out these feelings of divine separation. So, and I know when I first, as a new devotee, and we're singing, I'm just a new devotee, and we're singing Ebaro Karuna Koro Vaishnava Osai, these songs of separation from the Vaishnavas. It may be, I don't know whose disappearance day, maybe the disappearance day of Narottam Das Thakur, and we're singing this song, and even as a fresh-faced young bhakta, I can have some appreciation that this is a song of separation for a great Vaishnava from previous centuries. I didn't know anything new, but then as life has continued, and we have seen the disappearance of our own Gurudev, and not just our Gurudev, but so many of his disciples and friends, family members, as is the way in this world, that now singing these songs is it brings a deeper reaction. Okay, maybe just sentimental, I understand, it's not divine, but we know these things are a reflection that upper world is the world of divine sentiment, rasa. So what we're being exposed to through the grace of the Vaishnavas has its substance, is the supreme reality, actually composed of that divine heart substance. So anyway, I'm bowing my head. I don't really know what I'm saying. Everything wonderful was said by previously. I'm just saying that even myself, lamentable though I may be, by the grace of the Vaishnavas, have some appreciation that this I mean, Shelley was not, as far as I know, maybe he was a devotee, but he had identified this as a quality of the heart and a quality of love and a quality of substance. So how fortunate we are that those heart feelings of sadness or isolation or hopelessness or all these things that we have inside us, by the grace of Guru and Vaishnava, they can be expressed in a perfect way by praying the prayers of the Vaishnava acharyas, of the saints, of the sadhus, of the sweet, sweet devotees. So those feelings can be expressed in their words, that we can feel, as we can have some feeling for, and thereby some great fortune has come to us through Shri Guru and Vaishnava. Hare Krishna. I'm feeling very fortunate.
Hare Krishna. And actually, we're very happy to see lots of devotees from London here today, because also dotted around and about, then I did see more and more devotees. And London, okay, London, England, and also Ireland. We also see in Ireland, it's just beside England.
Ukraine.
And Ukraine, but yeah, lots of devotees actually.
Germany.
Yes. Anyway, I was just going to say, we're very happy that it is a London Zoom and that so many of you are able to come. And Priyanana, who is okay, waving, but actually to each of you. So we're very happy that also the London Zoom is drawing the devotees to come together from just, in that region of England. I'm not even sure if it's a London Zoom. It's the UK Zoom. And the UK includes everywhere else.
Russia and Germany.
Russia and Germany. And Australia, not to forget. And Florida. Okay, Devashis, we were looking through the gallery of the devotees, and so we're always happy to see everybody's face when you have your video on, but your names also, and to remember each one of you in all the different places. And we're very happy that you're able to attend, and here in Portuguese and in Russian, and we know that many will see the recorded version later. So to all of you, our appreciation for participating. And Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam, this verse, really we do want to happily talk about Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga. We want to talk about Krishna, all the things we're meant to do with the devotee family together. So Devashis, over to you. You're Secretary of London Chapter, Sri Chaitanya Saraswat Math. With appreciation, Prabhu.
Maharaj, always. You summed it up there. We're so happy to join with the devotees in every way, either physically or digitally or however it is. That's always a great blessing for us. And I'm actually just packing now because tomorrow I'm off to the United States to join for the Govinda Mela in SoCal. And then after that, I'm going to visit Kumkum in Ashland in Oregon for a few days. And then after that, Janard and Maharaj and Ashram Maharaj have invited me to Mexico for they're having some festival there, installation of the deities in Tikal, I think. So I'll be away for a few weeks. So I don't know if I'll be able to join for the London Zoom during that time. But I'm back in the middle of August. But until then, always happy to join with everyone. And remember our divine masters, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Rakak Sridhar Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai, Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Ki Jai, all the assembled devotees Ki Jai, the world devotees Ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan Ki Jai, Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari Bo, and Jai Srila Bhakti Ranjan Madhusudan Maharaj Ki Jai, Vanchakalpa Tarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhyeva Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
And Jai Sriman Devashis Prabhu Ki Jai, and all the assembled devotees Ki Jai. And just to mention that the Zoom will go on, though, won't it, Devashis Prabhu? We've got many here, and the West London devotees, the devotees will continue the Zoom coming.
I hope so. Yeah, I hope so. I mean, it is actually hosted by Rajasundari Didi, and Udaran Prabhu is sort of managing that side of it. So no reason why it shouldn't continue.
Okay, perfect. Just so we all know, and so I also know, so we know that we'll be here next week. Meet you all very happily. In the meantime, chant Hare Krishna, safe journey to all the pilgrim travelers, and we look forward to catching up with news. And Devashish, please do, if you can, join us, and we'll get some news. You'll be the inside contact to the festival which is taking place.
Jai.
Dandavat dear devotees. We'll meet soon. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Hari Hari. Govinda Govinda. All right, we are going to chant Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. Okay, and who is going to chant? Munindra Mohan Prabhu. He just came in the room. Munindra Prabhu. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna. Very quiet cartel. Very quiet cartel.
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha.
Gopala Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Gopala Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Giridhari Gopinan Madana Mohan.
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra.
Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Jaya Rupa Sanatana Bhakta Raghunatha.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghunatha.
Sri Jiva Gopala Bhakta Dasa Raghunatha.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Haribol, Haribol.